is the biggest, honestly, what is the biggest competitive moment you've ever had in your life?
Well, I used to be a competitive cheerleader. But I also competed in classical piano.
Ooh.
Yeah. When I was growing up. So I did like competitions, and there would be two grand pianos and a panel of judges, and we'd walk in with our sheet music, and we'd give the judges our sheet music, and we would have a copy of it, and they would follow along as we played. And I would go and I'd play my song, and then the piano across from me would go and they'd play their song, and then we had to stand up and curtsy and walk out.
Wait, and then did someone win?
Mm-hmm. Well, then you're like ranked.
What was your rank?
Superior.
Is that good?
That's the best.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Well, to be honest, you're a great athlete because you won the Nebraska dance-off thing.
Mm-hmm.
To explain what you won?
So yeah, that
was
also,
a major competition.
Yeah, the Nebraska ballroom dance.
You're the ballroom dance queen, and you won what?
I'm not. So ballroom dance is crazy, and there's like 3 different levels, and then there's levels within those levels. So I was a bronze level dancer, so the lowest there is. And yeah, I danced 26 entries, so I did 26 dances.
Different dances, right?
Well, I did 9 different dances. 26 times.
All in one day?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was a long day. And I placed first in all of them.
In every single competition?
Yes, but that's not against everybody. That's only against the bronze category of people that I was dancing with.
So, like, how many was that? Like, you be the same girl every time, or there was, like, 10?
No, yeah. So each time I was out on the floor, there were probably, I don't know, 6 or 8 other couples on the floor with me.
And you won every single time?
Mm-hmm.
Were the people nice to you?
No.
They were like, this bitch wins again?
Well, they do that at the very end. So you dance all day long, but nobody really, I mean, they kind of discourage you from like mingling with other dance studios because the dance teachers are really territorial over their students.
Oh, because that's how they make all their money. So they didn't want you. It's like a pimp. Mm-hmm. Ballroom dance is like pimping. Mm-hmm. Pimping ain't easy.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a girl that danced with us from my studio at that competition, and she was moving to Kansas, and she had already moved to Kansas, but she was, I guess, doing this last competition with our studio. And there was it was kind of funny. There was an instructor who was this really handsome Latin guy.
Ooh.
Who just got divorced.
Ooh.
And she only competed in the Latin styles, and she looked like Natalie Portman.
Ooh.
And she was probably like 5'8", perfect like hourglass figure, and her dress was immaculate. I mean, she just was gorgeous. And she danced really, really well in the Latin category. And he was the Latin instructor out of Kansas, where she was moving to, newly divorced. So, of course, he was like all over her.
Yeah.
And he kept coming over to her and talking to her and asking her questions. And, oh, you're moving to Kansas? And, oh, I'd love for you to come to my studio. And they're talking about it. And she's like, yeah, because she's moving there.
Yeah.
She doesn't see anything wrong with it. And my instructor looks at me and she was like, I am so disgusted with her right now. That is not how you do this. And she just started talking shit about this girl right in front of her to me about how she just didn't handle this well. And I was like, geez, I didn't realize. I know.
Did people fall down in ballroom dancing a lot?
No.
Would you laugh, or is everybody like, are you all right?
No, I think everybody, I mean, it's.
What's like a secret about ballroom dancing that most we wouldn't know? Besides, it's expensive as fuck, right? You spent so much money to win. And what, they give you ribbons or some shit for winning?
Yeah. They don't give you anything. They give you, it's like a cardboard coaster that says you get $1 off your entry in their next competition.
That was the prize?
Yeah. So
you get $26 off if you ever did it again.
If I did 26 entries, I would get $26 off.
How much does it cost to enter?
One entry is $100, and you have to do at least 25 of them.
Oh, so you had to pay $2,500 to win?
I had to pay $2,600 because I danced 26 entries.
And you won every one.
And I won every one.
Your reward is you could come back the next year and pay $25.74.
Yes. Yeah, your reward is you can pay $99 instead of $100.
Did people come watch the competition?
Yeah, but it's mostly just like family and friends. But the whole ballroom is full. Huh. So it's a whole ballroom with big like banquet tables, and then right in the middle is the dance floor, and then along the back wall is like a stage with a panel of judges, and there's probably like, I don't know, 10 judges, and some of them have been on like Dancing with the Stars, and like they're like really good dancers, and so they're sitting there and they're watching you, and then there's photographers and there's cameras like kind of moving around the room with you, and then there's like a whole nother part of it where there's like dressmakers and shoe people, and because you have to wear special shoes.
How long did you train to win?
2 years.
2 years? How much money do you think you put into your ballroom hobby?
I spent $500 a month for 2 years, and the competition cost me $12,000.
$12,000? And then the $12,000 you spent on, because $500 for 2 years, that's $12,000. Then you had to pay $12,000 to compete. Why? That's dresses, shoes, travel. So you spent $24,000 to win 26 coasters.
Yeah, but I did it.
Yeah, no, it's great.
And I know how to dance. Like if anywhere we go, I can salsa, I can cha-cha, I can foxtrot, I can tango, I can do any of those things.
So you have to wish you had another boyfriend, because I am the worst dancer, scared of dancing in the whole world.
You know what? I think I never liked going dancing. I never liked being out on a dance floor at a wedding. I'll never forget my aunt and uncle got married, and Mackie pulled me out onto the dance floor, and he was trying so hard to dance with me, and I was so embarrassed. I just felt like I couldn't move, and so I just like let him move my arms, and I just kind of stood there. And something inside of me decided that I wanted to start taking ballroom classes, and it wasn't until then that I actually now, as you saw at my cousin's wedding, will like jump up and probably be the first one on the dance floor.
I know.
But that, I mean, even though I wasn't doing any classical dancing at my cousin's wedding, it's still like, you have musical rhythm, and I
not really.
No, you do, and I've always had musical rhythm, just from like piano and stuff. But there's something about like understanding how to move your body. I don't know. I think you would like it.
If I took lessons with you, how long would it take for me to get okay?
I think you should take lessons by yourself.
What? Yeah,
because it's harder. It's way easier to learn pro-am rather than am. Like, I'm still an amateur, and you're definitely an amateur. So, I mean, if we're just calling it like it is.
If you're calling a spade a shitty, not even a spade that can't move. I dance like a spade.
So, like, anytime I've done classes with other amateurs, you learn, like, maybe 2 steps.
What if a guy gets a boner when he's dancing with you?
That never happens.
Well,
can you even get a boner when you're dancing?
I don't know. I've never danced. And I got low testosterone. I don't want to talk about it right now. Well, okay. That wraps up Shire's sports. We got to get into your sports life a little bit. I think it's very impressive.
Yeah.